The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien coming to you live from TFNN Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, 1 hour to go until the opening bell. And we have markets right now in positive territory, dramatically off the lows that we had last night in the futures. Right now, you have the S&Ps up by 2 points, trading at 31.34. The NASDAQ positive by about 6 points, trading at 88.59. NASDAQ 100. Dow Jones negative by 17 points, trading at about 27,102. We'll start off with the S&P. You see I have a chart up here. The all-time highs last week, 33.97 in the S&Ps. We trade down to a low last night of 3,091. Just taking a look, so we'll zoom in from where we were Friday last week to where we opened Sunday night in the futures. Pretty remarkable that we opened even Sunday night with the news of the coronavirus spreading throughout South Korea and Italy as well. We open at 3,300. You trade down 210 S&P points all the way down to 3,091. Even looking at yesterday, the lows made at about 330 yesterday in the S&Ps. You're looking at a low at about 31.17. As we go overnight, you see that we actually trade down about 26 S&P points from that price level. 3,091 is the price we make. 31.46 right now, and we're actually almost approaching the highs that we had overnight for the S&Ps. Let's jump over to the indices. We'll start things off with the Dow. There's your Dow chart as well, 27,207. Quite a spike low last night at about 4 a.m. The Dow spikes down to 26,700. We're now 500 plus points above that price level. Pretty remarkable. We're about 17 points within flat of where we closed last night, but we were down almost 500 points overnight in the Dow. Jumping over to the NASDAQ 100, 89.08. That spike low overnight coming in at about 87.12. So you're talking about almost 200 points. We are now above that low overnight. I mean, these charts, they're almost dwarfed by the fact that the moves have been so dramatic that even when you get almost a 200-point bounce, it looks just marginal back in the lower range we've had. Now, the NASDAQ 100, you back things up to just where we were Friday morning, 95.89. And again, we made it down to a low of about 97.12. You're talking about almost 10% of a pullback, 900 points from that high to low, currently trading 89.09. S&P 500, 31.48. We were as high as yesterday, yes, early Tuesday, 32.57. The lows on the S&P, as we touched on, 3,091. So you're talking about almost 60 points off the low in the S&P. There's your crude oil chart. Crude continuing to slide to negative territory. Crude not getting a bounce at all. Last week, we ended at 53.50. We're now more than $4 off that level, right near session lows in crude at 49.21. And the gold contract trading at 16.42. Gold got that spike initially early Monday to 16.91. We've been floating around between about 16.40 and 16.60, the upper end of that bound, currently right near that low, 16.42 in gold. And the euro-US dollar continuing with some euro strength, dollar weakness, euro trading at 108.73. In terms of what else we have happening in the market, got to talk about the coronavirus. One graph up here, the coronavirus cases in South Korea. So this started to come into fruition really over the weekend. The number on February 18th was marginal, to say the least. We're now sitting at over 1,200 cases in South Korea. Jumping over to other headlines. Now, these are times over in Beijing, so these are pretty current. France reporting their second death from the coronavirus. Greece confirms first case, and Italy says children among infected. Unfortunately, not the headline you want to see, of course. Europe continues to report a slew of coronavirus cases. France seeing the second death, as we mentioned, and Italy reporting its 12th death. Greece, a confirmed case. Royal Caribbean now canceling 30 cruises. You can't be surprised by that. Anytime, I mean, who are you talking to that is planning a cruise or going on a cruise, especially in Southeast Asia? Can't imagine really cruises anywhere at this time. It's also modified several itineraries. The cruise companies all getting hit. Outbreak shuttered commerce across China, likely become a global pandemic, a top U.S. official said yesterday, adding that it's just a matter of time before the outbreak starts spreading in the U.S., not to spread fear, but that's what they had said. It's definitely possible, to say the least. President Trump just coming out 6 p.m. Eastern time tonight. He will have a press conference. The president and Larry Kudlow taking a little bit of criticism yesterday for the fact that you have Kudlow out there saying everything is fine, not a big deal. But when you march the CDC and some of their officials out there, not quite the same. So we'll hear from the president at 6 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And how about after the bell last night? Bob Iger stepping down as CEO of Disney, effective immediately. Pretty remarkable. That comes out in the blink of an eye. He will be chairman until the end of next year. He originally was going to be CEO until the end of next year. He's like 14 months into a 36-month deal that he had signed that was supposed to be potentially the end of his reign, but he jumps out a little bit early. Bob Chapek, he will be CEO. Yes, he will be CEO. And he is, let's see, Iger's going to remain on until chairman through 2021. Chapek has experience with parks, but Disney's been pushing a narrative focused on Disney Plus. So he was chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences, and Product. Those divisions were combined in 2018. He previously led Disney's home entertainment business. And the interesting part here is that you're bringing in a guy that was head of the parks, but their transition is to their Disney Plus streaming service, and I wonder how that'll correlate. You saw some action, as you may expect, on Disney last night after that announcement, right after the bell that comes out. You see the volatility. Disney had spiked to almost 121.01. That's down about $7 from the close yesterday, but just like that, very short-lived 15-minute chart at 4:15 a.m. We come all the way back up to under 125. Disney's trading about 126.10. You see the volatility, though, Disney especially. I am definitely a long-term bull in Disney. This is when they started their streaming service. This point on the chart, April of last year, almost 12 months ago, is when they begin to release the details of their streaming service, in that it will be $6, $7. They'll have a bundle plan. The fact that it was going to underprice Netflix, the market loved. They start their streaming, I believe, at around November. The big gap here, yes, they start their streaming probably November 7th. The big gap here is when they report that they had already achieved about 10 million subscribers almost in their first week. You come out with earnings. They have 26.5 million subscribers in the first couple months of signing people up. But check out that acceleration. I mean, we're in dicey territory for Disney right now, down from 153. We're sitting at 128 right now. Quite a run that they have had to those lower prices. Checking back in on the markets, one final check as we come into the break. Trading a bit higher, ticking up a bit. You now have the Dow 27,230. When we came on the air, at least 15-minute charts, yes, they are. So we opened that bar at about 27,199. So ticking up about 30 Dow points in the 8 minutes we've been on the air so far. NASDAQ 100, 89.20, the low in that as well, 87.12. So you're talking about 207 points off of that low. There's your S&P 500, 31.48, crude 49.30, and gold as we go into the break, 16.39. Gold pulling back a bit. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Coming to you live from TFNN. It's 8:42 in the morning. We got about 45 minutes until the opening bell. Markets in positive territory. S&P is now positive by 15, trading at 31.47. Dow more than 100 in the positive, 27,221, and Nasdaq futures up 51 points as well. Jumping over to the VIX this morning. Quite the volatile action we've had in 2 days in the market, getting a spike yesterday to 30.25. Already we're back to 25.88 this morning, back to basically where we were at about 11 a.m. yesterday morning, or the same exact area we were at 1 o'clock on Monday. Pretty remarkable, the action that we've got since Monday. 1,000 points down in the Dow Monday, 1,000 points down in the market on Tuesday, and we're right back to where we were Monday, and we were only trading at about 18 coming into Friday action before the market really fell apart over the weekend. Other news stories out there. It is still earnings season, and we got Lowe's out with their numbers this morning. Lowe's fourth quarter sales outlook for 2020 falling short of estimates. Home Depot just out with their numbers in the last couple of days, beating and trading higher. Lowe's is undergoing a turnaround led by their CEO, missed expectations for same-store sales and revenue. They're revamping their website, focusing on home improvement professionals as part of the transformation. The numbers, there they are, 94 cents versus 91, so they beat on the bottom line, but top line, less money out there, 16.03 billion, excuse me, top or bottom the other way, 16.15 billion they were supposed to take in, but same-store sales, check out that miss. More than a percentage off what they were thinking, 2.5% growth same-store sales versus 3.6% expected. Those two numbers may be correlated there in terms of not having the sales increase that they expected, missing by $120 million. That 0.12 there, $120 million over 90 days. Remarkable numbers. In the fourth quarter, net income $509 million or 66 cents a share, compared with a loss of $824 or $1.03 a year ago. Not sure what was going on a year ago. Maybe there's some special charges. Excluding items, company earned 94 cents. That's outpacing the 91. And they had revenue 16.03, up from 15.65 a year ago, but 2.5% versus that 3.5%. Quite a miss. Jumping over to Lowe's shares this morning. LOW. Look at that though, 113.78. Talk about a buying opportunity if you want one. I guess the market not too worried about a missed of 1.1% on that category, or maybe just Lowe's trading down with the market on fears, and we've now rebounded from that as well. But that was their earnings. So you see the spike lower, and Lowe's with the market climbing back. We're going to open $1.50 in the green now for Lowe's. And Home Depot looking to open a bit positive as well. No real volatility on their action, but actually interesting. I mean, the market traded down so much that weighed on Home Depot as well. But when they came out with their numbers, we traded from 239 to 247, but right out of the gate, you trade from 247 down to about 237. We might open a bit on the positive on Home Depot shares at 9:30. Other news out there, Virgin Galactic out with their numbers. This stock, quite an acceleration it's had over like the last couple of weeks. We'll pull up the chart in a moment. A loss of $55 million. The market was looking for a loss of 46.9. Company reported $529,000 of revenue. Got to chuckle a little bit when you see this chart in terms of $500,000 of revenue, losing $55 million, but all the promise of space travel in the future and not tomorrow. Demand from potential customers continues to climb. Virgin Galactic saying it received 7957 registrations of interest since December 2018, more than double the 3557s. I would wonder what constitutes a registration of interest and if there's actual hardcore money behind something like that, or if it's just filling out a form on their website. So their shares trading a bit lower this morning. We'll pull that up. Virgin Galactic, you're going to be seeing symbol space down about 5.08% or 32.31 right now. You're trading after closing about 34.04 on Virgin Galactic. Smile Direct out with their numbers as well. Controlled growth and profitability in 2020. And getting down into the numbers here. So it looks like they are trading down dramatically as the chief financial officer on a conference call with analysts said the company's focus in 2020 will be profitability and understands the levers it needs to pull. I wonder how much money they lost then maybe. So let's see. For 2020, they're looking for $1 billion to 1.1, basically in line with estimates. What is their symbol? We're going to pull them up. SDC. Wow, down 23.6% now. Closed yesterday at 1133. You see the spike lower when they come out with those numbers. And putting this on the last year, quite a run up. You're going to be right back to $8 when you open this morning, which is where it was bouncing around in, which is what I thought. I mean, it got a little bit of a reprieve, quite a reprieve, up to $15+, and you're going to open at $8.65, cut in half. I mean, if you're buying that stock on margin at $15, you just basically lost almost your entire investment. Salesforce as well. You now have co-CEO Keith Block stepping down, so the founder, Mark Benoit, maybe, will be sole CEO. They have a $1.33 billion acquisition of Velocity in addition to the departure. They also announced their fiscal fourth quarter results, beating expectations on their numbers. And to jump over, CRM, this has been quite a stock to the upside for a period of time. Looks like some downward volatility initially. Closed at 181, spiked to 171. The conference call begins at 5 o'clock last night, and whatever they said, looks like the market somewhat relieved, at least only off about $3 right now. And to put this on, even like, you really want to see something, check that out, 15 years, right? You started in 2008, you're trading at basically $6. Maybe that's split adjusted, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. But you just hit an all-time high earlier this month at 195. Of course, with the market, you're pulling back 181. You're going to open this morning at 178. A little bit closer time frame in terms of the daily. I mean, you were just up at all-time highs at 195 on February 20th, and that's from being at around the end of October at 142. I mean, that's a staggering 35% or so just from October, the run up. So maybe just pairing some of those gains a bit. Jumping back to Disney, the interesting part about this, I found this interesting. You know, the choice of Parks boss as new CEO confuses the company's Wall Street narrative. So you have Kevin Mayer, who runs Disney's streaming service, thought to be in the running for the CEO. Nonetheless, they choose Bob Chapek, effective immediately. He is more a Parks Department gentleman in that area. And again, the Disney shares, when you really go back, because we've pulled this up. I mean, this area that you're in now goes all the way back to the gap when they first announced the price of this product. I mean, I would say, I believe when they came out, the numbers and expectations that they gave for people signing up over I think it was a 2-year horizon, 2-year, 3-year, 4-year, 5-year horizon. They've shattered all of those numbers. So just to get back to the gap from where we were, let alone you get down to 117, which is only $10 from where we're at, you're back to a world where the market didn't even know what the price was going to be for Disney, didn't even know what it was going to include, didn't know how many people. You now have a product that undercuts Netflix, that has 26 million people signed up in the first few months of it broadcasting. And the coronavirus fears, though. I was talking about it with a friend last night. Are you going to go see a movie? Are you going to go to a park? We have Disney here in Florida, right? If that becomes something, you'll really see an impact. Even I happen to be at Busch Gardens over the weekend. It's something on your mind, and it's not even something that's in the news dramatically yet. So Disney might take a hit from that. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back to finish up the program, see what else we have on tap for the day. I'll be right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We got the Dow up 84 points right now, 27,201. S&P's positive by 13. That's about 0.4%. NASDAQ positive by about 0.6, up 52 points. Oil down 55 cents, 49.35. And we're going to jump to a little bit of action on the bonds. The 10-year, quite a price tag right now. Where are we? Thought we were there. Nonetheless, the bonds 1.369%. This is the chart I was looking for. Even if you put it on the 5-day, zoom it in a bit, You see the action this morning. We were actually down in that 10-year to a yield with a 1.3. So what's this quote? 1.365 right now. I believe we were down to a handle of 1.329. Remarkable for the 10-year Treasury, 1.329. Yesterday, actually, the low, that was the low, 1.312. So we didn't get there last night. That's interesting. Even with the market down 500 points below those levels, nonetheless, Treasury is 1.365, up about 3 basis points this morning. In terms of the coronavirus, staying on it, be interesting to see. Tokyo Olympics. Who is going to be traveling to Tokyo? Large crowds. That's in 5 months away. Those Olympics are supposed to happen. I would be hard-pressed to see that happening. Maybe it does. If it does, a completely different version, I would expect, than what you're used to. And gold. Rebounding as the virus spreads fuels of rate cut hopes. The chances of a rate cut now at, I believe, 60% for the April meeting. They have a March meeting that they could come in at. Gold up a bit, 1644, quite the run it's had recently, and jumping over to that gold chart, 1640 right now. It's remarkable that as the market has been right near lows, you initially got gold trading inverse the market, right? You had the market's tanking, you had gold at highs early Monday morning with the futures opening. But since then, you've had gold pull back to where we were trading at on Friday, this having to do with some currencies, of course, as well, but gold, 1634, right where we were early Friday morning compared to the markets. Not quite the inverse relationship it's had recently. Appreciate you joining me, folks. Stay tuned. Larry Pesavento coming up live at 9. I'll be back at 10 o'clock with Tom. Live programming all day at TFNN. Markets in positive territory. We'll be right back.